Sis, I have something important to tell you. Is this a good time? It's been a while. What's going on? Dad hasn't been feeling too well lately, so I'm taking him to the hospital. Will you come with me? Huh? Hospital again? I mean, why do I have to go too? It's true that you just went there the other day. But this time it's more serious. The doctor wants to examine him more closely. It wasn't something important, right? It was. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Well, he's old. You'll come with me, right, sis? I don't want to. Why don't you two just go? You guys always do. I'd be lonely on my own. I need someone to keep me company. Maybe they'll announce something important. What? A big announcement? Like a terminal diagnosis? You're overreacting, aren't you? I'm worried when I see Dad. I think he wants you to come too. I'm sorry I can't. I'm busy with work. I'm working too. You're just a part-timer. Don't compare me to you. I used to be a full-time employee, but I had to take care of Dad, so I became a part-timer. Please, will you go with me to the hospital just once? You're so stubborn. I told you I can't. Can't you do something about that? I'm sorry, but I don't have time for your selfishness. What do you mean, selfish? See you later. Wait a minute, sis. Sis, I have some updates for you. Huh? What now? Don't ask me to go to the hospital again. Our father is in critical condition. What? Why don't you hurry over here right now? You didn't come to visit him at all. I think he'd at least like to see you one last time. So the time has finally come. What do you mean? Never mind. I'll be there, don't worry. Oh, and has the funeral been planned yet? Wait a minute, sis. I'm telling you that he is in critical condition. I never said anything about a funeral. Got it. Maybe I'm rushing into things. It's an impending issue. I'll be there tomorrow. They said the worst of it is making it through tonight. If you don't come now, I'm afraid it might be too late. Well, that's just the way it is then. But I'll be there, don't worry. I'll have to take what I can get. Sis, what are you talking about? Are you listening to me? Are you following me? Our father is in critical condition. You may never see him again. Are you okay with that? I know, you're overreacting. We haven't seen each other for the past few years. It doesn't mean much to me when you say that we won't be able to see each other anymore. I'm like, okay. For you, maybe, but for him, it's not. You should come today. Are you really his daughter? You should at least be by his deathbed with me. You forced me to take care of him. Why don't you honor him for the last time? Shut up, you little goody two-shoes. You were only with him for the money, weren't you? Huh? I know you were with him for his inheritance. Whatever you've planned is useless because I'm the eldest daughter. Okay, I know we're rich. Our grandfather is rich. You're hiding it, aren't you? What are you talking about? Anyway, I'll take it all. I'll try to get there early. I have to go before someone takes it away from me. I don't know what you're talking about, but you better get here soon. Before it's too late. Sis, where are you now? You had already left the hospital room before I knew it. I'm already home. Huh? Home? I don't like hospitals. They smell like medicine. You have to be quiet. Well, your father is dying. You're being so dramatic. It's not true that her father is dying, is it? That's what the doctor said, so I'm sure. He's holding on for now. I shouldn't have rushed over there. I took a day off to go all the way out there. You don't have to say it like that. Your father is going through a rough time. And I don't know if it's the meds or what. Dad just slept the whole time and couldn't even talk to me. I went there with such high expectations. I wish I could have that time back. Expectations? What did you expect? Nothing. Well, maybe soon enough. Huh? I'm going out for a drink with friends. You're going out for a drink? At a time like this? Shut up! All that matters right now is that you're next to him. Well, if something happens to him, call me again. I might not be able to pick up the phone right away, though. Sis, I tried to call you several times, but I couldn't get through, so I'm going to text you. Dad passed away. What? When? Right after you went home. Wow! I didn't expect it to be so soon. I'm so sorry. If you'd stayed at the hospital, you could have been by his deathbed. What can I do? I didn't think he'd die today. What are you talking about? I told you he was dying. Okay. I have to make arrangements for the wake and funeral. You'll help me, right, sis? I'm too busy. Busy? You're the one who took care of Dad. You should be the one to take care of him to the very end. I can't believe that's coming from his own daughter. But I'll be at the wake. Hey, sis. The funeral's over. Where are you? It's good that you and your husband came to the wake yesterday. You didn't do anything until now, but you acted like you're the eldest daughter, like you're so proud of yourself. You just got drunk and went to bed. You didn't attend the funeral today. You don't have a hangover or something, do you? If that's the case, I really doubt your humanity. I drank a lot yesterday for the first time in a long time. But as you can imagine, the alcohol has worn off. It's already 2 p.m. Why didn't you come to the funeral? I had some errands to run. What errands? Dad left me something good at the last minute. What? What good thing? I found his bank book. What? Well, my husband and I were just saying that we wanted to buy our own house soon. It's a good timing. What are you talking about? Even though we don't have kids, we didn't want to live in a small apartment forever. But now, we'll get to live in a big mansion. It's been a dream of mine for years to live in a house with a pool. I'm so happy to finally make my dream come true. No, I don't understand at all. Can you explain it? Dad had $3 million saved up, and I spent it all. Huh? $3 million from Dad? You're kidding. I'm not kidding. There was $3 million in his account. That's impossible. What do you mean you spent it? If you really did spend it, Why are you telling me without showing any remorse? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. You're an idiot, aren't you? What? You've always been an idiot and not that clever. I've taken advantage of you. I never wanted to take care of my old father. I'm so glad you took care of him. And I get to keep all the good parts, don't I? So, what does that mean? Don't you get it? You really are dumb, aren't you? Well, I stole his bank book during the funeral. Stole? I was at my parents' house during the funeral, and I found his bank book in a drawer on a shelf in the living room. Wait a minute, I'm telling you, it's his fault, okay? He left it unlocked. He's so careless. I was right. Our father saved up a lot of money. I could buy a $3 million house with this money. That's not his money. What? What are you talking about? It was in his account, so it's his money. Did you check the name on the bank book? What? There's no way he has that much money. He was paying for Mom's nursing home. But the balance in the bank book was definitely $3 million. I counted the digits over and over to make sure. Not the amount. Look at the name printed in the bank book. The name is different. Could it be Grandpa's, hidden in the house? Huh? Grandpa's? You must have taken Grandpa's bank book by mistake because you were in a hurry to steal it. It's true. This is Grandpa's name. I didn't notice that at all. Well, their names are very similar. Well then, you didn't spend the money in the account without permission, did you? If Grandpa found out, you'll be in big trouble. If it's Grandpa's account, does that mean I can't use it? Of course you can't use it. But I'm his granddaughter. As his grandchild, can't I inherit it? Grandpa is still alive. What? Can't I inherit it if he's still alive? What are you talking about? Of course not. Well, what should I do? You took Grandpa's hidden savings without permission. You've completely messed up. You do realize that Grandpa is an active politician and is a very scary man, right? They call him the boss in the political world. Wait a minute! What's this? I'm going back to replace it right now. Huh? What do you mean replace it? I'll be over there as soon as I can. Get our father's bank book ready. I'll put Grandpa's bank book back where it belongs. After what you just said, there's no way I'm giving you our father's bank book. I don't understand how quickly you're going to change it to our father's bank book. And like I said before, he never had any inheritance to begin with. And to think that you snuck into our parents' house for that, I'm really disgusted. When did you become such a disgusting person? Now is not the time to be talking like that. I've already shown the account and paid the down payment. I can't undo it. I'm stunned. You've already signed the contract? Our father had some savings, right? Why don't I take it all? That doesn't work. Why not? It's written in the will. All of his savings went to Mom before his death. Since she's in a nursing home, he wants to make sure she can be taken care of. I think it's a very loving and wonderful thing he did. What about me then? Grandpa's pissed. What? Is he there? Of course he is. He was at the funeral. Dad is his own son. I see. Of course, he'll make you pay back everything you spent. Well, you can't use it. There is security on it. I don't think you could spend it. Maybe he'll get mad at you for lying and stealing. Am I in trouble? Why did you tell Grandpa? It's your fault. Even if I hadn't said anything, the bank would have contacted him because of security. I'm sure Grandpa would have found out as soon as he looked into it. What about my mansion? I went to sign the lease as soon as I heard about him dying. I already borrowed and paid the down payment. What should I do? Don't ask me. Well, even if you bought the house, I guess they'll take away the mansion and you'll only be left with the down payment. What? You're kidding. I thought it was just a temporary thing, so I borrowed from a place where I could borrow quickly. I borrowed the down payment in a hurry from a slightly shady place. Will I get in trouble if I don't repay it quickly? I guess it depends on how shady the place is. Well, there's a good chance that the collectors are pretty shady. What should I do? Should I ask my mom for help? I mean, Mom has his savings, right? I would never allow that. To spend the money he left for Mom. Can't you see that's not something I would allow? Besides, Mother is appalled. You deserve to be completely ignored. Maybe I should ask Grandpa for help. It's not like I wanted to steal from Grandpa. I mean, I wasn't trying to steal from him. I just took it because I thought it was an inheritance that was going to go to me. It was inevitable. I don't think so. I think you should just shut up. Are you out of your mind, trying to depend on Grandpa after what you did? I just told Grandpa and he's giving a wry smile. Huh? Why did you tell him? I could have asked him differently. I'm sure you'd get the same reaction no matter how you ask. He's saying he's going to cut you off. Oh no! What should I do, Janet? If I don't do anything, those collectors will take me somewhere. Goodbye, sis. Goodbye? You don't care what will happen to me? I don't even consider you my sister anymore, so I don't care. Huh? Janet? I didn't really feel like we are family. To be honest, I didn't like you for a long time. I've finally come to the conclusion that I want to break it off with you. What? Why? What the hell did I do? You left me in charge of our father's care. You didn't come to visit him or help me. You stole Grandpa's bank book from the house during the funeral and tried to spend the money. As you can imagine, both my mom and Grandpa are disgusted. Remember that you offended all of your relatives. We're going to cut off ties with you from now on. Wait a minute. So you're saying no one will help me? I don't have this kind of money. Why don't you ask your husband? It seems your husband had the same idea. I'm afraid he won't be able to help you though because I'm sure he's a total jerk. Of course he agreed with me. Who wouldn't want to have a lot of money? It's not that easy to get a lot of money. Face the reality. By the way, our father didn't have any inheritance at all. I inherited his land. There's nothing for you to inherit. Huh? Then give me the land. It's worth a lot of money if you sell it, right? I'm your sister. I should be entitled to it. I only inherited it according to the will. It's not fair. You get the land and I get nothing? You're supposed to inherit the family house. I don't need that old house. Maybe you should just give up your right to inherit it so you don't have to pay anything. You'd have to renovate to sell it. Oh no! I'll be left with nothing but garbage! Well, that's one way to look at it. Or maybe it's Dad's way of reminding you of your old family. Either way, it doesn't seem to work for you. I don't think you can become a better person. I hope you and your husband can work together to pay off your debt. Wait a minute! Are you really going to give up on me? What about my mansion? Please ask Grandpa. I didn't mean to steal his money. I'm a stranger to you now, so I don't have to listen to you. Don't depend on our family, okay? Well then, goodbye. My sister was fired from her job along with her husband. It was, of course, my grandfather who made that happen. He is a politician and close to a number of business owners. The presidents of my sister and her husband's company were no exception. Both of them were unemployed and desperately looking for work, but they could not find a decent job. And their debts only grew. The contract for the mansion was also voided due to our grandfather's arrangements. My sister's longtime dream ended in vain. Things got even worse for her. Her stealing the bank book was reported to the police. She was arrested. She tried desperately to make excuses, but the influence of the grandfather was too great. She was at her wit's end. In court, her misdeeds were exposed in detail. She was ridiculed by many people. Her husband also abandoned her and filed for divorce. In the end, she lost everything and got no help from anyone. She is going to prison. Meanwhile, I bought a condominium with the inheritance my father left me. I went back to work full-time from a part-time job. From time to time, I visit my mother in nursing home. I spend my days peacefully.
Hey, Harrison, I was just curious if you were home yet.
Oh, hey Amanda, sorry I'm so late. I'm just about to come home now, actually.
Don't tell me that you've really been out drinking this whole time.
Hey, come on, you know that my buddy at work, Sam, is going through a divorce right now. I think he really needed this night to let off some steam. I was just worried about him, so I wanted to make sure that he got home safe before I headed back.
I understand that you're worried about your friend and all, but I feel like you've been coming home late more frequently for a while now. And what that means for me is that I'm the one who is always having to watch our kid and take care of the house and stuff like that. Do you think you could at least try and come home a little earlier to help me with Emily?
Wait, what? Are you serious? You want me to do stuff around the house after I've been working all day? You know how tired I am after I come home.
Are you telling me you really don't want to spend any time with your daughter after work at all? We've talked about this before. Emily is our child, so we both need to be the ones parents for her. Got it?
I know. It isn't that I don't want to spend time with her or anything like that. It's just that she's a little girl and she wants to play with dolls and have tea parties and stuff. I guess I really just am not into that as a man, you know?
Can you at least just be in the same room as her and keep her company while she plays? I mean, she's 4 years old already. She needs to be spending time with her dad as well as her mom, you know? If you don't spend time with her now, then just think of how she'll see you when she's going through puberty or when she's an adult.
Yeah, but that's not gonna be a long time. I doubt she'll even remember being this age by the time she's older.
I think you would be surprised by how much kids remember, Harrison. And besides, even if she doesn't remember, that's still not a good reason not to spend time with your own daughter. I would think as parents that we both would want to spend as much time with her as possible.
Oh, I know, but ever since we've had her, she's all that you talk about ever.
Well, yeah, she's our child and she can't take care of herself. What did you think being a parent was going to be like? Do you really have so little interest in helping me raise her?
That's not what I want. I care about Emily just as much as you do. But look, you have to see it from my perspective because I grew up with only brothers. I don't really know how to interact with a little kid, you know?
Well, do you think you're ever going to learn by not spending more time with her? Maybe before you worry about your friends from work, you should be worrying about your family back home first.
Okay, I get it, jeez. I'll try and make sure to come home early and play with the kid or something, okay?
Don't try, Harrison. I want you to do it. Starting tomorrow, I want you to give Emily her baths and put her to bed. I also work, remember? And just because I work from home doesn't mean I can do everything here. I want to have time to actually be able to concentrate on things that I need to do.
Wait a second, from tomorrow on, you want me to do that? Like, as in, every single day?
I mean, if there are times where you can't, then that can't be helped, but yes.
Okay, no, you're just being ridiculous, Amanda. I mean, what about the days that I have to stay late at the office and work overtime?
I just said if you have something come up, then we can figure out a way around that. But normally you should be getting off work at least before 7 most nights, right? So then you can come home, bathe Emily, and then put her to bed.
But then what am I even gonna do? How am I gonna have time to eat dinner if I'm so busy doing that?
Okay, then. I can be the one to put her to bed if you want to cook dinner while I do that.
You're acting as if I never do anything for Emily at all.
Okay, then. Tell me how many times this month you think you've played with Emily.
If I had to guess, it would be, 3, maybe?
I hope you're not counting the times that I went out grocery shopping, Harrison.
Okay, alright, you made your point already. Now I'll set aside some more time in my schedule to play with Emily, okay?
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. Now, I am going to try and get some work done before I go to sleep. But I'm serious, Harrison. I really do want more help around the house, okay? Harrison, are you home right now?
Oh, sorry, I just had to step out real quick to grab something. I haven't really gone out shopping in a while, but I need a couple pieces of new clothes.
You told me that when I got back from my parents' house that you would play with Emily, remember?
Oh, shoot, I totally forgot about that. My bad.
So then you'll come home and play with her. You promised that you'd take her off my hands for a while. Besides, I have an appointment at the hairdresser this evening.
Hold on a second, you want me to come back home right now? But it's my day off and the weather is really, really nice.
And what does that have to do with the fact that you said you would do this for me?
Oh, come on, am I not allowed to get a little sunshine every now and then? I don't see why I gotta rearrange my whole schedule just because you want to go and get your hair done.
Do you even remember the last time that I had an appointment to get my hair cut? Because I do. It was 8 months ago. But I know that you always make sure to make time for yourself to go every month or two.
Okay, but that's because I have to go to an office and keep up appearances. You just work and do stuff from home. I don't even see the point of why you have to get your hair done. Just go pay someone to cut a chunk off when it gets too long, you know?
Harrison, I have been looking forward to this for 8 whole months now. You told me that you would be at home to take Emily from me. You promised me. I am feeling really betrayed by you right now. I mean, just how am I supposed to feel like we're raising our kid if you can't even do this for me? At this point, I might as well just move back in with my parents because they would help more than you.
You don't really mean that, do you?
I mean, I really do think about it sometimes. You have no idea how hard it is trying to work from home while keeping things clean, doing all the cooking, and raising our kid. And all the while, my husband is almost never home, and when I do ask for help, you just complain about not knowing how to play with girls.
Come on, this isn't fair at all. You know that I only had brothers.
Do you remember when you said that to our daughter's face? She asked if you would want to play a game with her, and you said that you had better things to do. You didn't even bother to see the look on her face, but she was just crushed.
Well, I didn't mean to hurt her feelings or anything like that.
Well, you did. You're an adult, and you need to be more careful with how you talk to her. Kids are sensitive, and the things you tell them affect the kind of person they'll grow up to be. She wants to play with her dad, and you're the one who refuses to.
Okay, I understand. I promise that next weekend I'm going to take Emily and we are going to have a fun time. I'll think of some place to go and then I'll play with her, okay?
You really mean that? Because I don't even think I can count on my hands how many times you've said something like that just to forget about it later.
I'm telling you, I swear this is going to happen. I will play with Emily and she will have fun and I will be a good dad to her, okay? I really do want her to enjoy being around me and so I want to get to know my daughter more. So just please, don't say things like you're thinking of moving back in with your parents.
Okay, Harrison. I'm going to trust you this time. Next weekend you are in charge of handling Emily, okay? Don't break this promise, because you won't be getting another chance after this one. Harrison, just what the heck is going on here, huh? What in the world are you thinking?
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you want from me, but I'm busy right now, okay?
What am I talking about? I am talking about our daughter, Emily, of course. What in the world is wrong with you? She was looking forward to spending time with you all week, and now she's back home and soaking wet.
Well, didn't she tell you when she got home that I had some business come up?
I heard all about it. You told her that you need to work and sent her home crying. Didn't you realize that it's pouring with rain outside? More importantly than that, how could you make our 4-year-old daughter walk all the way home by herself in the rain?
Okay, enough of this 4-year-old thing. She's almost 5.
Almost 5 is literally still 4. And I wouldn't want a 5-year-old walking home alone in the rain either. What if she slipped and hurt herself? What if someone took her?
Oh my god, you worry way too much, you know that? It was such an easy walk home, there's no way she would have gotten lost. And so what if it's raining? Kids love playing in the rain. I'm the one who has to work, so why don't you feel sorry for me, huh? Besides, she made it home, didn't she? What's the big deal here?
Okay then, Harrison, tell me what work you had to do that was so important that you had to send your daughter home by herself. Because I don't remember giving you anything to do today.
What's that supposed to mean? And she's not my daughter, she's our daughter.
This is George.
George? George who? What the heck is going on here?
George is in your boss, George, that's who.
Wait a second, George as in head of sales, George?
Yeah, your boss. No, what is this talk about you having to work on your day off?
Wait, I don't understand. What's going on here? Is that really you?
Yes, it is. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here at your house, I saw your daughter crying on the sidewalk and asked her what's wrong. She told me that you were supposed to play with her, but that you said you had to work. I walked back to her house, and now your wife is running a bath for her as we speak.
I'm so sorry, boss. An important client called. Then, they said they needed something from me right away.
Oh, really? Which clients? I'll call and double check.
Oh no, you really don't have to worry about doing something like that. And the whole business is already over, so it really is okay.
No, I want to know. Who are you doing work for today?
I can't remember the name, actually. Let me look it up. I just need some time.
Give me a break already. You weren't doing any work at all, were you?
I mean, I kind of was.
You know what, Harrison? I've actually been meaning to ask you something for a while now.
What is it?
How do you know our star salesman, Bell?
I don't really know him at all. He's just a coworker, really.
Somehow I really doubt that. She told me that his kid got injured and that he needs to take work off tomorrow. Are you really sure that you have nothing to do with that?
Me? Of course I don't have anything to do with that. How could you even ask that?
I hope not for your sake. No, I want you back here at your house in 10 minutes, got it? I know the hospital where Bell's kid is. But if you really have nothing to do with that, then you'll come back here right away.
Amanda, please, you have to forgive me.
Why? Why in the world do you think that I would let you off the hook for what you did?
I just wasn't thinking, I swear.
You were cheating on me, Harrison! With someone from your work!
I know, I don't get how the other people in the office found out about us. But I really wish that you weren't suing Belle. I just don't see how she'd be able to pay.
You mean you think I should just let the woman who was sleeping with my husband off the hook? She knew that you were married, didn't she?
She did, but she's a single mom, and I don't think she even has that much money to begin with.
And just what do you think that has to do with me? Why are you trying to make her the victim in all of this?
Yeah, I'm not trying to make her the victim here, but I just think that we all made some mistakes, you know?
Are you kidding me? Did you really just say that? The only mistake I made was ever trusting you, Harrison. You really think that I'm going to let you and your side piece off the hook for nothing?
Come on, she has a kid. You don't want to kick someone when they're already down, right?
And just what about my daughter, huh? And I say my daughter because you are no father to her as far as I'm concerned.
Amanda, I'm really sorry for cheating on you, but please, we can't just divorce because of this. We have our family to think about. But Belle was a single mother, and I just felt really bad for her. I only agreed to help watch her kid. I didn't think that this would happen, though.
I can't believe you're trying to excuse your own actions right now. You really chose to watch this woman's kid over your own child. Do you like her kid more than Emily? Is that it?
Well, Belle has a son is the thing.
So it has to do with the gender of the child is what you're saying.
No, it's not that at all. But Belle is always saying how she doesn't know how to play with her kids and she's a woman and he's a boy.
You two are both full of the same excuses, aren't you? No wonder you two get along so well. Well, don't worry. After we divorce, you can go and be with her for all I care. And if you love her so much, you can pay for her lawsuit, too.
But I don't want to divorce you, Amanda. That's what I'm trying to say.
Are you listening to me? I don't care at all what you want. You betrayed, threw our daughter out into the rain, and then went on to go watch someone else's. Why in the world do you think I care at all about what you want?
No, I was just torn up about what to do. And when I heard that Belle needed help because her kid got injured, I just acted without thinking, you know?
And your actions were to put another kid in front of your own. You're no father, and you're no husband.
Come on, Amanda, don't be like that. It's not that I didn't want to play with Emily, but this is important too.
You mean being there for the woman you're cheating with is more important than being there for your real family? I don't see what was wrong with bringing Emily along to the hospital if you and Belle were really just friends. But instead, you broke her heart and put her in danger.
I'm sorry, I just wasn't thinking at all.
Clearly! Now I want you to come and get your things soon.
Please, you can't do this to me. I really am sorry. You have to take me back. You can't just tear apart our family like this.
The only one here you can blame for tearing apart our family is you. You lied to me over and over and never showed once that you really cared for our daughter. Instead, you cheated on me and prioritized someone else's kid over your own. What is even the point of keeping a family like that together?
Please, it'll never happen again, I promise. You can trust me.
No, Harrison, that's the whole point. I can't trust you. You are not a part of this family anymore, and I never want to see you again. A few weeks after that, Harrison and I finalized our divorce. The news quickly spread around to both of our families about what had happened, and no one blamed me for ending the marriage. Belle quit her job and moved back in with her parents. Now she works a part-time job and is paying her debt to me bit by bit. As for Harrison, he couldn't get over the shock of losing me and his life began to fall apart. Although he couldn't be fired for what he did, his work performance dropped so much after I left him that he was eventually let go for that. Meanwhile, I moved back in with my parents who were waiting for Emily and I with open arms. Emily is going to be starting elementary school, which means that I'll start looking for full-time work. It's tough being a single mother, but I'm grateful to have such a supporting family behind me.